Hola, mis amores, and welcome back to Messages from Lahierophant. If you are new or unfamiliar to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're returning, you know I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I genuinely appreciate you for coming back. I want to start out by apologizing for the drop in content throughout the month of March and April. Okay, Mercury was in retrograde, Venus was in retrograde. My grandfather turned 95 years old, Ashe, Ashe, and my oldest child turned 15 years old. So it was just a lot going on, Ashe, and I really just needed a break. I needed time to reflect. And I've decided to go into a different approach with my readings to help when I have to translate these mugs into Spanish, as well as to keep you guys engaged and kind of attract new viewers. So I'm going to be doing a general, then an overview of career, as well as relationships. Now, when I say relationships, it is going to be regarding your business relationships, platonic relationships, familiar relationships, romantic relationships, and if you are single, your relationship with yourself. Relationship in all aspects, your relationship with food, your relationship with drugs, your relationship, whatever it may be, relationships, apply it. So if you're unaware or newbies to my channel, my tarot disclaimer is I'm a very blunt reader. I don't sugarcoat anything. I have an unapologetic potty mouth, and I'm prone to bursting out in song from time to time to get the messages across. I have already cleansed the energy of my cards in my space before starting, so I'm just going to run my jippers. You take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So that being said, we're going to jump right in and get it cracking. All right, Taurus. First and foremost, I want to say a huge happy birthday to us all, okay? Happy doggone birthday. May the turn up begin. I pray that you have all of the manifestations of Venus that your heart desires, and may this be a great year for you all. So, that being said, we're going to jump right on into your reading. We're going to start out from a general standpoint. And so this Eight of Pentacles is really talking about the diligence and dedication that you're going to have to put in this month. Okay. It's like what you put in is what you're going to get out this month. All right. Now, your overall being this Seven of Swords is really giving this energy of you having to either manipulate or deal with some type of manipulation. With it being the swords, this could be a mental manipulation, some type of cunning energy, very finessey, if you feel what I'm saying. Okay. As we go down here to your clarifiers in your Lenormand deck, you had the ship and the garden. So I feel as if some of you guys may be traveling. You may be going on a vacation. With it being your birthday, you could uh, be in this space where you have set things in motion for you to have a good time, especially for your birthday with this garden card here. I do feel like um, you may be in a space of being kind of mentally resourceful, or possibly even be in a place where you are just not even present. You could be in a mental space of like I'm at work but my mind is on vacation right now. So you may have to deal with that a little bit as well. Um Taurus, what I do see is there's something going on here within the 20th day or the 20th of the month, or within 20 days. um, I feel like there's an event, a wedding, a party, a public affair. Um, there's almost like this energy that you have worked hard, you have done your exercise, you're looking good for your birthday. You put in that work so you can, go and look good in your bikini, or if this could be a travel wedding that you worked hard all year and you paid your money, you're like, I'm going to have a good time. Now, what I want you to be aware of regarding any birthday, wedding, social event type of things that you're having to go on, or that is going on for you, Taurus, is that there is this underhanded type of energy that you're going to have to be aware of, like a scheming, something that's possibly even dangerous or risky, especially if you're traveling overseas, risky behavior. So be mindful of that. It could just be someone you're with as well. You see these people that are with you as you travel. There's a lot of throat chakra energy here. So be mindful, especially with the words here, of how things are being verbalized throughout the month for you guys. Okay. Now, as we move on from general and we go over to a career and financial standpoint for the month, for those of you guys who are self-employed, I see travel again. Even if you are employed, you could be traveling for work. And if you are employed and you're traveling for work, this is something new. You could be starting a new project in work, right? Now, in that same energy, you're dealing with some type of difficult colleague, okay? Um, there is an energy of you having to team up with someone. Teamwork make the dream work. However, there's someone on this team that's not necessarily, pulling their weight. They're not doing their part. If you are self-employed, I feel as if you are going to be dealing with some type of tricky client, deceitful client. Maybe you yourself as the employer are going to be in a space of kind of like being, you know adaptable regarding the person that you allow, or take on, possibly resourceful with how you're getting um, information about your business out, because this garden is very much out to the public eye energy, getting things out to the public. There's an energy there of you really being diligent and hardworking um, with your enterprise. And I do see prosperous financial results coming from your enterprise, but you really want to be aware of who it is that you're working with, and what kind of clients you're taking on, and what all is in your contracts. I will say that. Now, as we take a look at this from a relationship standpoint, Taurus, you again are dealing with a deceitful type of energy here. This is cheating, this is lies, this is betrayal, okay? Non-honesty, all right? Now, what I do feel for some of you guys is you have been in a space of working and being dedicated into fixing and improving things within any and all relationships, right? Some of these people just may not be giving reciprocal energy. All right. There is some type of balance that it's lacking here. It's almost as if for some of you all Taurus have this these tunnel vision of work, tunnel vision of stability, tunnel vision of what you're trying to accomplish within your relationship. And there's not a good work relationship balance, work life relationship balance there. Um, some of you all are really in a space of learning from your past and avoiding repeating those same cycles. Um, there are really a lot of big changes that are going to be coming your way this way, Taurus. Excuse me, coming your way this month, Taurus. Especially if you are single, there's a need for you to get out. There's a need for you to just say, just say fuck it. Let's say, what's the worst that can happen? I'm protected. I'm gonna go have some fun. There's an energy here for you to still be a little bit leery of people that you may meet in your life. You could be dealing with liars. Now, as I have repeated, very much so, the Seven of Swords energy with the lying and the trickery and the scamming. Let me once again reiterate, um, be leery of scams, schemes, uh, robberies, things of that sort. Be mindful of where you leave your valuables, especially if you're traveling. If it's not, if it is not, if it's too good to be true, avoid those types of situations. If it is n- not really worth the paper it's printed on, avoid those types of situations as well. Okay. Be mindful of any and all travel. And for some of you guys, you may be even in the process of purchasing yourself a new vehicle for your birthday. I see that here as well. So congratulations to you all for that. However, there's a lot of social energy for you all for the month of May. I do want to say, with me navigating this new reading format. I definitely got a lot of ending cards. So for some of you guys with regarding your finances, you could be having an inheritance come through, and within those endings and losses, it could be a relational loss that provides you some sort of financial you know, benefit in the long run. Okay, it's a bittersweet type of feeling there. So just keep that in mind. I pray that that's not the case, especially with me being a Taurus. But inheritance is also an energy that I'm picking up on this reading for you all for the month. So that being said, we're gonna move these aside and grab your energetic exchanges and your energetic encounters. We had imbalance and the puppet master. And then we had honor the journey, goddess June. So, Taurus, this month, I'm really concerned about how you're going to balance your mental state with your emotions and with the things that you have to do, right? We have this card of imbalance here, and we have it. If you can see, I might do this, but I think I'm gonna actually just pop it up there on the screen. The hearts, right? Something about your heart is in balance this month. You're being pulled and mentally in two directions. It's like you're over here on vacation, but your mind is somewhere else, or vice versa. And so within that energy of imbalance, you know, there are relational imbalances as well that you have to deal with this month, those manipulative energies, not just within yourself, but within your um, colleagues, acquaintances, friends, those relationships, right? So you're going to need to ensure that you're getting reciprocal energy, ensure that everything is fair. That throat chakra energy that I spoke about, making sure that you speak up for what is fair for you, be honest about what it is that you really truly need and want regarding whatever situation it is. All right. You're definitely going to have to um, look at yourself and take accountability regarding the partnerships that you're taking on and whether or not they're equally yoked to you. Okay. Now, I want to go over, and this is also kind of a karma energy as well. So if there's something that's been going on with you, Taurus, and you feel like, you did everything that you were supposed to do and nothing came of that, this is that card of saying, no worries, God's got your back. Just because you didn't see the karma happening doesn't mean that karma was not being um, executed for you, or it wasn't happening. Okay. Now, regarding this puppet master, all right, this is that control of emotions and control of your uh, mind, manipulation at its finest. Remember, we keep saying we use that word a lot during this reading, but the Seven of Swords is the puppet master. That person that is going to pull the strings to work in their favor, right? So I want you to be aware if there's an energy of a public figure, especially with that garden card that is um, pulling strings. You're going to kind of want to let that situation possibly slide, because the imbalance in power um, could be to your detriment at a later date. It's almost as if, someone's disrespectful to you and you want to cuss them out, but you're like, you know what, I can't because of who this person is. Let me just let it slide. And that's that manipulation. You, one, are manipulating yourself. You're triggered, but hey, you got to control yourself. And that person is also kind of manipulating you, right? So you're really going to be looking at your direction this month. And if the direction that you're going, the people that are for you are going in that same direction, if that makes sense. All right. Now, Regarding your energetic exchanges, you have honor the journey. And so within honor the journey, you've got, you know, you I'm hearing I've come too far from where I started from, and nobody told me the road would be easy, but I don't believe brought me this far to leave me. Okay, and that is Mary Mary. No, I'm not gonna sing it right now. I'm just not in that space. But Mary Mary, I can't give up now. You can't give up now. You have to have honor for the journey of where you are right now. Appreciate the things that you have going on. Is it dusty? Is it dry? Yes. Okay. However, what you don't understand is that by the time you get to your destination, when you look back, the appreciation you're going to have of how protected you were or how much worse things could have been throughout this journey is going to be so great. It's almost as if nothing that you've dealt with and um, no tear you've cried, no step you've taken is in vain. Okay. With that 8 of Pentacles energy that you had earlier, right? It's all for a purpose. It's all for a reason. Now you've got Goddess Genie. Now within Goddess Genie, this is once again almost like that. That's that hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. Because you wanted something, you hoped and you dreamed and you put things into place and you wished for something to happen. However, there is something going on within this desire that you had that is not what it seems like. On the surface level is good, you got your wish granted. However, when you look close up at it, you're really not truly fulfilled or getting what it is that you wanted out of this situation for sure. So if anything, Taurus, if you don't have one lesson you will have to learn the month of May throughout your birthday month is read the fine print. If you are an employer or a business owner, write and ensure that the fine print is correct. Okay. Listen to what people are saying. And I'm going to just one more time reiterate, guard your money. Be aware and be careful of scams, schemes, trickery, um, robbery, thievery, things of that sort. All right. So, last but not least, I am going to pull a vibrational card for your birthday. Excuse me, vibrational card for your reading for the month of May. And we'll close out. And hopefully, this was a better setup than what I've had before. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope it resonated with you guys. And you have sleep on it. If that ain't a message, I don't know what is, right? Sleep on it. You don't have to make any decisions immediately. If it doesn't feel right and doesn't sit right in your spirit, don't make the decision. Make sure you have peace about it before you choose to do it and before you sign on the dotted line, okay? And so that right there is going to conclude all of the messages that I have for you guys, Taurus, for the month of May. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Shout out to Stay Polished Press On Nails for my birthday nails. She does an amazing job, you guys. If you ever want to up. Oh yeah, and by the way, if anybody wants a free birthday read from me, just hit me up at this email address. You can just send me your initials and date of birth, and I will give you a free personal year reading for your birthday. So happy birthday, and I will see you guys. And if I didn't say stay blessed and highly favored and protected out here in the streets, there you go.
Thank you so much for listening until the end of this video. I'd really appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me over on the TikTok and the Insta. But most importantly, I would be super grateful if you would please, please, please share your high vibrational comments on how this message resonated with you.